quiet my soul, 'cause you're teaching me how to slow down.
Good morning, River House. Pastor Jordan here. Just kidding, guys. I know you thought it was Jordan behind this mustache, but it's me, Jacob. I'm glad to be with you this morning, and this morning I want to talk about being present. And I know this last season, during this time, we've talked a lot about slowing down and just rhythms of rest. And what I've been sitting in the last few weeks is this idea of really being present and living in the moment. And a question that somebody asked me a couple weeks ago was, when is a time that you felt most present in your life? And I thought about it for a while, and I came up with an answer of a few different times that I felt really present, but I was really provoked by that question because I realized I'm not present very often in my life. I realized that a lot of the time I'm focused on my mind somewhere else. When I'm somewhere doing something, my mind's somewhere else. It's creating future plans. I'm trying to figure out how things are going to work out, or how is my calling and my desires and my passion going to come together to create this beautiful future with me and God. Or it's just that I'm waiting for my phone to ring or buzz so that I have something to go do, or scrolling through Instagram and wishing I was in that place or with that person. And my mind is in the future. It's not in the present. And I was sitting in that with the Lord, and he spoke to me so clearly. He said, Jacob, you're running so fast into the future that you're missing the gift I have for you in the present. Jacob, I'm right here. Why do you want to be in the future? I'm right here with you in the present, and I have a gift for you today. And so I asked the Lord, I was like, okay, well, how do I be more present? Like, how do I capture every day with you? And he took me back to when I ran cross country in high school. There was, for 3 of the years that I ran, in those 3 years, I had 3 different stress fractures. And so I went to the doctor, and his diagnosis was interesting and not what I was expecting. He said that I was getting these stress fractures because my shoe was so thick that subconsciously I was stomping the ground harder so that my feet could feel the ground. My shoe was so thick that I was running so fast, so hard, and so long. My shoe was so thick that I couldn't even feel the ground, and so I was stomping. And then I learned about barefoot runners. He told me about barefoot runners, and he said that barefoot runners actually have less accidents and injuries, even though their feet are bare, because they slow down when their body tells them to slow down. They slow down when their feet get tired and sore, because they don't have the luxury of a thick sole. And I just kind of sat in that. The Lord had me sit on this idea of the bare feet. And I saw these feet, and when our feet are bare, when we're walking, we have to be intentional with each step. We're not so much looking to the horizon as much, but we have to look down, and we have to tread lightly. Each step's intentional. We can't just trample over things. We tread lightly, and we move and we move. We actually feel the ground. We don't have to stomp. And just like I did with my feet, I think many of us have sprained our soles because we've run too fast and we've run more than we're supposed to. So many times I'm focused on getting somewhere. I'm looking ahead to the horizon. And so I'm just sprinting, and I'm not even aware of what's going on around me. And in Luke chapter 12:27, Jesus says, "Consider the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I tell you, even Solomon in all his glory was not arrayed like one of these." I think that Jesus is inviting us to slow down, to not sprint through the field and miss the lilies that he's telling us, inviting us into a moment. Slow down, tread lightly, consider the lilies. Look at this beautiful moment that I've presented to you right now. It's not in the future, it's here and it's now. When Moses saw the burning bush, God said, Moses, remove your sandals, for the place you're standing is holy ground. And I believe that God is inviting us into holy ground moments every day. His presence is, his holiness, his presence is inside of us. And what would it be like if we removed the sandal from our souls and slowed down and stepped into these holy moments where we can stop and consider the lilies? And so the question I want you to ponder this morning is to ask yourself, how can I be more present? I want to open my eyes to the beauty that God has for me each day, to the invitation he has, the gift he has to be present in the moment each day. And I believe if we really take that call, we're going to live in so much more awe and wonder, because we're not living for the future. We're living for his invitation for today. I love you all and hope to see you soon, River House.
'Cause you're teaching me